Hey! Welcome to Stomp the Idiot on ProWrestling.me and KocoSports.net. I am the idiot, aka the huge one, Dave Koco. And yeah, hopefully you guys remember me. I'm going to try to do more and more videos, just hard times, but we'll get to the hard times in a little bit. Let's talk about the good times. I believe tomorrow of the recording of this will be day one of the G1, and I'm super excited. I was hoping for more Ring of Honor guys, but we got two Pro Wrestling Noah guys with Nakajima and Marufuji, and sorry if I slaughtered those names. And you know, Tenzin wasn't supposed to be in there, but Kojima gave up his spot, and Tenzin has won the G1 multiple times and have been in the G1 multiple times. So I thought that was kind of a cool storyline and cool spot. Even though me personally, I'd rather see Kojima in the tournament. I'm just going to go over Block A, Block B. For those that don't know, it's like a sumo basho. You have Block A and Block B. Everyone wrestles everyone. And then you have standings. And then from there, you have a playoff. And then the winner, if it's not the champion, gets to decide. He gets to be in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom. And for those that are new to New Japan, Wrestle Kingdom is like their WrestleMania. They go to Tokyo Dome. I try to make it every year, no matter how hard times I have or, you know, whatever the situation is. So, yeah, so it's a really big deal. It's a lot of fun. Now, granted, they added the Super Juniors and tag tournaments and all these other tournaments. But to me, the G1 is the biggest tournament of the year, even though I absolutely enjoy the, you know, the Cruiserweight title. Sorry, I'm stuttering. I haven't done this in a while. This is YouTube stuff. You got to know what you're talking about? This is ridiculous, I tell you. So let's go over the current standings. I'm reading this off Wikipedia. You got Block A and Block B. You got Bad Luck Fale. A guy that I busted balls about, but had a great match against Okada, had great matches against Tanahashi, and maybe 2016 most improved wrestler ever. You know, I don't know about ever. Miz really improved those couple years ago, but maybe most improved wrestler of the year. I don't know. But Bad Luck Fale, I think. I don't know. I think this is going to be a time where he shuts fucking assholes up like me. I just have a feeling like, oh, Bad Luck Fale listens to the podcast. He's like, I'm going to show this idiot wrong. And he's going to have a fucking couple great matches that night. You got Goto, Ishii, Maccabi. Maccabi is probably one of my favorite wrestlers that I don't toot his horn enough. I absolutely love Maccabi. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. And I hope he does good. You got Marufuji from Noah, Okada, who's actually the champion right now. Then you got Sonata. Sonata is going to be really interesting. I really do because, you know, a lot of people know him from TNA, X Division, Wrestle One, and, you know, I think New Japan is the best in-ring product in the world. I think it has the best wrestlers in the world. And granted, you know, they're getting cherry-picked by WWE right now. But still, they have the best wrestlers in the world. And Sonata, you know, for a long time was the face of Wrestle One, in my opinion. You know, some people might argue, but if you go to average person, they're like, oh, Wrestle One, Sonata, Muta, got it. And TNA X Division. And I just want to see if he can hang. Because a G1 will expose if you can hang or not. So it'd be interesting to see. Then you got Tanahashi. I love Tanahashi, but I also hate Tanahashi. I have a love-hate relationship with Tanahashi. I think he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. It's just the way they booked him, Wrestle Kingdom 9. I can't let it go, you know? No matter how many times I listen to the Disney Frozen soundtrack, I can't let it go. I'm hoping Tanahashi's healthy. I'm hoping there's a lot of 5-star matches. I hope he does amazing. If this fucker wins, I'm just going to cry. I'm going to just cry. Be like, that's it. I'm fucking Tanahashi, the main event again. Don't tell me. Don't tell me you're going to give me Tanahashi versus Okada again. No. Not now. Not like this. It can't be like this. tears rolling down my eyes. Oh man, Tanahashi's the most talented wrestler that pisses me off so bad. And he's such a great human being, such a great person. Oh, fuck you, Ghetto, for fucking booking Tanahashi wrong. So yeah, you got Tanahashi and Okada. You got Tenzin, and then you got Tama Tonga. And I want to see Tonga go on his own. I don't want to see him with his fucking douchebag fucking tag team partner. I just want to see Tonga go on his own. He's got potential to be a star. Don't weigh him down with fucking Roman Reigns fucking Jr. over here. So yeah, it should be interesting to see what Tonga can do. I think I'm a huge, little warning, I guess. I got to pre-warn you. I'm a huge Okada fanboy. And I think Okada, this is his block. I don't, the good thing about New Japan, well, the good thing and the bad thing is sometimes it's hard to predict, which is good and bad. But the G1 is the greatest pro wrestling tournament. Fuck it, it's the greatest pro wrestling tournament every year. And if you go, I don't know, 16 days, 15 days, I'm not really sure, July 18th through August 14th, so that's like half a month. If you go that long and you watch the G1 every day and someone like Tanahashi wins, it's fucking heartbreaking. It's not like, Dave Bautista, John Cena, or fucking John Cena or fucking Randy Orton or any of those WWE guys who win on a pay-per-view. Because a pay-per-view is only one night, and it fucking sucks, yeah. But when in New Japan, when someone that you don't like wins, you are officially insane for a couple days. You're like, I've stayed up July 18th through August 14th for what? Especially if you live in America. I'm lucky to live in Japan, so I could just drink my sorrows away with iJapan. Yeah, when Tanahashi won the G1, I remember iJapan left work early and brought me sake. He's like, it's going to be okay, brother. It's going to be okay. And I'm like, I wasted so much of my life. Why, Tanahashi? Why? But I think Block A is definitely Okada's block. But I want to see what Sonata, Tonga, Bad Luck Fale, the Noah guys do. So there's a lot of intrigue still. But I think it's going to be Okada. And if it's not Okada, then the winner's definitely coming out of the B block. That's just my opinion. I've been wrong before, but hey, there you go. Now let's talk about Block B. You got Michael Elgin, who just turned his career around thanks to last year's G1. You got Evil. You got Honma. Sorry about that. Nagata. I wonder if Nagata can hang. It's going to be interesting. At the fucking young age of 497, it would be interesting to see if he can hang. Homa will be interesting. Then you got Naito, which has got to be a huge favorite. You got Nakajima from Noah. You got Kenny Omega, which Kenny Omega and Naito are just tearing it up, but they're both captains of heel factions, so it's kind of interesting. So then you got Shibata, who, for the longest time, people said he should be a star. A lot of people predicted Shibata, I think, a couple years ago. I forget the exact year, but a lot of people thought Shibata was going to win the G1. Shibata, if you like strong style, is absolutely amazing, but it just seems like the booking's not in his favor sometimes. So it'd be interesting to see what Shibata could do. But I can't see him getting past Kenny Omega and Naito, and it'll be interesting. Because even if Tanahashi does win the G1, no, Tanahashi can't win the G1. Tell me it's not going to happen. Down in the comments, just reassure me Tanahashi is not going to win. But, if it's Okada and he's the champ, and you could build a great feud with Kenny Omega and the Bullet Club. You could definitely, Naito should be in a main event. But I love New Japan because the booking is a little bit crazy, but still, all about pro wrestling. And they have the best athletes in the world, but sometimes it can break your heart, brother, especially if you're a passionate fan. So it would be interesting. Kenny Omega, who had a horrible 2014-15. Until he was the leader of the Bullet Club, I thought he was a complete fucking failure and a waste. But when he became the leader of the Bullet Club, absolutely amazing. And then you have Naito, who's always been one of the best wrestlers in the world, now having a character to back up. So it's going to be interesting. And you got Yano and Yoshihashi. Pfft. All right. Yano, Yoshihashi, Evil. Those could have been Ring of Honor guys. And I'm one of those guys that I love New Japan more than Ring of Honor. But are you guys going to work together or are you not? You know, stop fucking pussyfooting around or just shut the fuck up. You know, I'm fucking tired of watching goddamn Ring of Honor pay-per-views and fucking New Japan guys have to put over fucking schmucks and then go watch the fucking G1 and no one's invited to the Ring of Honor. You guys are like the worst fucking friends ever. Shitty fucking friends, Ring of Honor, New Japan. Get your shit together. The fuck is going on over there? But yeah, I was hoping to see more. I want to see what Elgin can do. I think Elgin, you know, saved his career this year, and it was just absolutely amazing. So it should be interesting. I think it's either going to be my favorites. My three favorites are Okada, Naito, Omega. Those are my three favorites to win it all. Heartbreak would be Tanahashi just because, bro, you win everything, bro. Pump your fucking brakes a little bit. But my heart says Okada, my brain says Naito, and then my foreignness says Kenny Omega. If you want KocoSports Stump the Idiot odds favorite to win it all, I'd say probably Naito. I live in Tokyo, Japan, and even when I'm not near pro wrestling bars, even when I'm not going to pro wrestling events, even when, you know, it's not a pro wrestling atmosphere, just on a train, you see lost gear everywhere. And it's just amazing. I wish more New Japan fans, especially English-speaking New Japan fans, lived in Japan and got to see the events because it's a different atmosphere and you learn different things. And, you know, you could see who's getting over with the audience way more than you can on television. You know, you could just see, like, you know, Wrestle Kingdom 8, everyone was into Nakamura. Wrestle Kingdom 9, you know, it was Naito's Evil and all that. I might have made a mistake. But anyway, you could still see who's going to be the main event next year by just going and seeing the merchandise and who the fans love and all that. And, you know, and also cameras can play tricks on you. You know, Tanahashi looks like a huge star. Yeah, it's easy when you zoom in, zoom out, and people are fucking leaving the building. You know, it's just Wrestle Kingdom 9, Wrestle Kingdom 10. There's just a huge difference if you're there live. If you're not there live, you don't think there's a huge difference. But you're there live, you're like, oh, there's a huge fucking difference. Huge fucking difference. So there you go. All right, so there's the G1 preview. Down and below, tell me who you think's going to win Block A, who you think's going to win Block B, who you think's going to win it all. I think Block A is Okada. I think Block B is going to be Naito with maybe a shock by Kenny Omega. And I don't know. Because here's the thing that scares me. If the champ wins it all, then Tanahashi's going to sneak his way into the fucking main event. And I love you, Tanahashi. I love you with all my fucking heart. But you need to go to Ring of Honor, win the ROH title, fucking take a break, you know, fucking feud in the mid-card, and then come back to the main event. And I tell you, I was one of those guys that, you know, you can go on YouTube if you want to do some research. I said, I can watch Okada and Naito. I can watch Okada and Tanahashi forever. And New Japan proved me wrong. New Japan proved me wrong. I was wrong. I'll eat that crow. All right, so there you go. Hopefully you can watch it. You can watch it on New Japan World. It's 9.99 yen. It comes out to like $8 and change, depending on the exchange rate. And it's really worth it if you like in-ring pro wrestling. And I hope they have some English commentary. And I hope there's not one shot. I'm going to fucking go in batshit insane. Maybe I won't even watch. Like, because they had a hard cam focused right into a light. It's just, Jesus fucking Christ, New Japan. New Japan, the G1 is important. You are important. Start acting like this shit's important. New Japan World is important. If I fucking turn on my goddamn New Japan World and it's just a fucking hard cam pointed directly into the light, I'm going to lose my shit this year in New Japan. You're better than that. You're fucking better than that. All right, let's go. We're going to answer some questions. This is usually a Q&A show, but I'll bring up some news articles. If you have any questions you want me to answer, I'm going to try to do these more often. But the list of questions, I have like a list of 100 questions, but I don't have access to it on the computer right now. So I'm just going to, if you want, you can tweet me questions at KocoSports or just leave them down in the comments on this video. I know LK's been busting his ass, Boom Boom Sammy, and we're going to probably get some more people to make content. So just on this video, if you have any questions, and I'll try to answer it, and I'll try to make more Stump the Idiots and appear more. But once I unfuck my real life, I hope to be back more often. And I want to thank Boom Boom, LK, Sammy, and all of them for doing it. And hopefully we can rebound and make this channel great again. I just sound like the Donald Trump of KocoSports. We'll make the KocoSports YouTube channel great again. Vote for me. I don't know why. That's not how Donald Trump sounds. Moving on. Ipper asked us after he asked Aaron Riff, I trusted you at Mattio_TC. He's like, oh, I'll ask Aaron Riff. And he's like, hey, Dave Koco, if you want, and no DQ, fucking fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. No DQ is an amazing fucking show at that channel. But it was funny. He's like, at Aaron Riff, please answer this. And he's like, Dave Koco, fuck you. If you want to answer it, go right a goddamn head. I don't give a shit if you answer, you fat fuck. So I'm going to answer. I'm being sarcastic. He wasn't that mean. Should WWE use heavyweights like Rusev, Sheamus to build a U.S. division of hard-hitting wrestlers like New Japan's Never division? Yes, yes, and yes. One thing I hate about WWE... First off, I cannot do this question justice because me and Wrestling Ranton agree on this. But Wrestling Ranton worded it so perfect in a video that I want to give him props and go check out Wrestling Ranton. And I'm sorry, I'm way too lazy to look up the video. Maybe Wrestling Ranton could put a plug down below, or maybe you just have to watch all Wrestling Ranton. But Wrestling Ranton has, on his YouTube channel, has mentioned this a bunch, and I won't be able to word it as well as he did, so please go find that. And if someone finds it, put it down in the comments, and I'll put it in the description. But one thing I hate about WWE, it's like the land of the big guys, but they don't have to work hard. Big Show is a fat piece of shit. Kane doesn't fucking have to work hard. That's what makes Undertaker so special. That's what makes Big E so special. Like, Big E still busts his ass. He doesn't have to. He's a big guy in a comedy gimmick. It's the land... I remember having this conversation with Tyson Tomko. It's name drop. It's the land of the big guys, but the big guys can't do shit. Sheamus is an amazing wrestler. Rusev is an amazing wrestler when they put effort into it. But how often they put effort into it? I'm thinking as low as 10%. So maybe 1 out of 10 matches, and maybe even lower. I'll say maybe 1 out of 20 matches are amazing, and the rest are just fucking John Cena fucking mailing it in spectacular. Now granted, even John Cena's not fucking mailing it in. So, yeah, I don't know what the fuck the deal is. I think without a doubt they should be hard-hitting. I think if you're a smaller wrestler, you should be able to do amazing moves. And if you're a big wrestler, you should be hard-hitting. I just think that. But the thing is, if you're a Big Show literally doesn't have to try. And he knows that. And that's why he mails it in. Kane doesn't have to try. Big E doesn't have to try. Sheamus doesn't have to try. Rusev doesn't have to try. It's the land of the lazy giants. And they'll have great, amazing matches, but it won't be consistent. It just won't be. But yeah, they should definitely work New Japan's Never style. And I think pro wrestlers should be good at pro wrestling. I know that sounds crazy. I mean, I make fun of John Cena a lot, and I assure you it probably won't stop. but the motherfucker's at least trying now. You know, granted, I don't know if you should be the face of the company when your honest response is, well, at least he's trying now. But yeah, I think without a doubt, they should. I think without a doubt, every title should have a different type of style of wrestling. And I think I think the Intercontinental title should always be, and in some ways always has been, the best wrestler in the company. You know, the Vince McMahon title, the biggest title, has always been who does Vince McMahon want to suck off and who's the biggest star. And sometimes it's the same person. But the Intercontinental title should be the best wrestlers. The Dolph Zigglers, the Cesaros, the Daniel Bryans, the CM Punks, the best wrestlers in the company. And if you want to have the U.S. title as the hardest hitting people, that'd be amazing. It would be great. I think without a doubt. I just think whatever you do professionally, you should try your hardest. And I don't think you could say that about WWE guys. You know what I mean? It's just, they're like, oh, it's hard. But yeah, it's definitely hard. But so is MMA. So is life. I don't know. I think we need more Michael Elgins in the world. Less talking about how it's hard and fucking earning it. And Rusev and Sheamus ain't that way. And Rusev had an amazing match where he worked a strong style and says Sheamus is a weird fucking dude. You'll see a great fucking match or the shittiest fucking match. It's just, hopefully, it's less and less shitty matches. But if they just had a hard-hitting division, that would be fucking amazing. But, you know, and they have a big enough roster, because the big thing is, like, well, we're going to have the Big Show show up every fucking week, and if he has a hard-hitting match, fucking God forbid. That's what WWE sounds like to me sometimes. But you have a giant fucking roster. You probably have the most stacked roster in history. Have Rusev, have Sheamus, have Big Show, have Kane. Go out there, have a great match, have 2 weeks off. If I can have a great roster, you know what I mean? Why the fuck? I don't get it. 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, brother. But yeah, I definitely agree with this a million times. And the title should be different styles, and they should have pride. You should just have fucking pride, you know? And no one should be working hurt. You got too big of a roster. It makes no fucking sense, the more I think about it. But yeah, I'd love to see that. Now, obviously, they couldn't do that every week because they're not very tough. They don't have much heart. I mean, let's be completely honest. If it's up in the ring, you have to fucking worship them. Really? Really have to worship them? No, you don't. The reality is, they're not that tough. The reality is that. And you're like, oh, well, it's this, it's that, it's that. And that's the thing. Like, you can be a fan of something and not have to suck dick. You know that, right? I don't think the world knows that. I think if I die, just put that on my tombstone. You can be a fan of something without having to suck dick. Just give them time off. Like, what is better? This is a question for you. What is better? Seeing Sheamus once a month bust his fucking ass, and then he just recovers and fucking hangs out in Ireland high-fiving Jerry and Jerry's parents, or Sheamus fucking works 97 goddamn days in a row and he just fucking mails it in. You know, and it would be different if WWE didn't have money and didn't have the roster. But they have the money. They have the roster. And not only that, but Monday Night Raw, I mean, do they even still have fucking wrestling on there? Fuck, you know? I don't know. And not only that, but you have so many titles. If the titles meant something, you can main event. Like imagine if Sheamus and Rusev went 100%, went strong style. It was amazing, you know, and they were beating the shit out of each other. That could main event a pay-per-view. That could main event a Raw. Then you have the faces of the company, John Cena, Roman Reigns. Then you have the workhorses, and you could just rotate it. maybe we don't need. And I know this is going to be a little hypocritical, but I've taken a big step. Maybe we need less wrestling, but better wrestling. And not that, but your roster's fucking huge. Huge. And there's no one you can't get. There's like, maybe you got like the Young Bucks and Okada who are like, fuck you, I'm never coming. All right, that's 2 out of 8 billion motherfuckers. Go get the other 8 billion motherfuckers. Short answer, yes. All right. Someone wanted to talk about Brock Lesnar's UFC win and popping on a piss test. Before I knew about popping on a piss test, I was really happy. I'm a huge fan of Mark Hunt, but also rooting for Brock Lesnar. But I don't know what he popped for yet as of the recording of this, but now Mark Hunt, which I'm a big fan of, I'll just read a quote, and this is from foxsports.com. This is from Mark Hunt. You better do something. I already talked to the bosses. They better do something or I want out of here. I want a release from my contract. You guys are just making a mockery out of us. You're making a fool out of me. You make me look like an idiot. And Lesnar made a record $2.5 million for his performance. And I know there's pay-per-view buys, and I know that, but people like Mark Hunt and Big Country have been underpaid for a really long time. And I understand his anger. I really do, and here's the thing. I was naive. I was one of those guys like, oh, yeah, Brock's not taking it, the drug test because, well, it was a timing issue. Like, I bought into Dana White's shit. I really did. And then it comes back and he popped on a piss test, and it's just like, come on. But as a pro wrestling fan, I don't think pro wrestling fans are going to care. I think they'll be like, oh, Brock Lesnar won, ha, 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 ha. But poor fucking Mark Hunt, true fucking warrior. And, yeah, it just sucks. Not only that, but he was like fucking 900 billion pounds already. I don't know what he popped for, but Jesus Christ, man, that fucking sucks. And I wonder where they're going to go with it. The UFC just got sold. But as a pro wrestling fan, I don't think pro wrestling fans are going to care. As an MMA fan, it's just another mark. And it's getting harder and harder to continue to be an MMA fan. It really is. Because at the end of the day, if you're pissed off at John Cena, Roman Reigns, they're not really putting their lives on the line. And I don't mean to be anti-pro wrestling. It's just lately, indie wrestlers and pro wrestling fans are a bit over the top. A bit over the top, I'm going to be completely honest. If you share a meme that says, oh, fucking, you need to respect everyone that steps in the fucking ring, and you're talking about pro wrestling, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. And I want to respect pro wrestlers, but then there's that one guy that fucking comes over and you're like, Jesus Christ. I had a match. I probably wrestled in front of fucking more people than you. I don't consider myself a pro wrestler, and I don't consider like, oh, you should honor me. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I guess another question for you. Put on just your pro wrestling fan hat. I know a lot of people, even though people don't think there are pro wrestling and MMA fans out there. There are, but just put your pro wrestling hat on. Do you give a shit about Brock Lesnar popping on a drug test? Obviously, the MMA fan is going to think it's pure bullshit, but it's going to be interesting. And we'll see how the UFC handles it. And I hope Mark Hunt, doesn't leave. He's one of my favorite fighters. All right. And people wanted to give me a reaction to Final Deletion. TNA's Final Deletion was Matt versus Jeff Hardy. They kind of did it with a Lucha Underground style. I haven't watched wrestling in a really long time, and I haven't watched TNA for a really long time. And I got to pre-warn people. Just like I pre-warned you that I'm an Okada fanboy, I need to pre-warn you. I fucking hate the Hardys. I really do. I'm not a fan. Matt Hardy makes me chuckle every now and then, but overall, I stopped watching TNA because of the Hardys. If the Hardys went to Lucha Underground or New Japan, I probably wouldn't fucking watch it. I mean, you saw what Wrestle Kingdom 5 fucking Hardys. But anyway, I don't know. I thought it was Because I don't watch TNA. I really thought it was a mockumentary. I thought they were mocking Lucha Underground, but it was their main event. It was their main thing. Like, oh, when I watched it, I'm like, oh, I get it. They're trying to make fun of Lucha Underground. That was my first reaction. I mean, it got a couple chuckles out of me, but it's nowhere near as good as Lucha Underground. I really thought it was a mockumentary. But then they were like, no, this is the main event. They're fucking serious. I was like, they're serious. But you know what? It got people talking. I wonder if it popped the rating. Because no one asked me for TNA opinions. Well, people, you still get like a few TNA fans like, you should do a TNA review. And you're like, you're not going to like it. But this is the first time a lot of the Internet Infantry is like, oh, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Final Deletion? And I was just like, all right, I'll watch it. I hate the Hardys. So I want to pre-warn you, I hate the Hardys. I haven't watched TNA, so I don't know the context of it. So there's a lot of things going against this review. But I did watch it, and I just thought they were mocking Lucha Underground. And then I found out they were serious, and I was like, are you fucking for real? That wasn't to mock Lucha Underground? You thought that was a legit good idea? I don't know, but it got people talking. So I wonder if it popped the rating. But then you're up to, Joey Styles before it. Long time ago, kids, Joey Styles had a soul. And when Joey Styles had a soul, he would talk about how Vince McMahon would do shit just to fuck with people to talk about it. Maybe that's what this is. I have no idea. I know LK enjoyed it. I imagine the TNA superfans enjoyed it. I once loved TNA, but dude, TNA fans really ruined TNA for me. Because I bet you can find footage of the TNA superfans making fun of Lucha Underground and then putting this over. Stand for something, or at least be honest. Give a warning. Like, my warning is, I don't know the context of this. My warning is, I despise the Hardys. These are factors into my decisions if I enjoyed it or not. It got a couple chuckles out of me, but I don't know. LK really enjoyed it. He did a reaction to it, a live reaction to it, and people talked about it. So maybe it's a publicity stunt. I don't know if the ratings went up, but it didn't get me to watch it. But then again, maybe it wasn't supposed to get me to watch it. I don't know. But my overall thoughts were, I really legit thought that it was a mockumentary. I thought they were like, oh, they're making fun of Lucha Underground. I get it. And then it just went on and on and on. I was like, they're serious. They're not making fun of it. I mean, even EC3, the only fucking saving grace of goddamn TNA. I might in the future just do EC3 reviews. Not TNA reviews, EC3 reviews. Oh, man, I do love me some fucking EC3, folks. So, yeah, there's my opinion on it. I thought it was a mockumentary when they were serious. I was like, are you fucking for real? And it got people talking, and some people loved it. So let's move on. A lot of people, I don't know if I do not read spoilers. I haven't seen it yet. I'm really far behind. I gotta watch Lucha Underground. I'm probably gonna Netflix the whole fucking season. When I say Netflix, I'm using that as a verb. I think they're on fucking AOL or fucking Apple iPod. I don't fucking know. But I'm gonna probably buy the whole season and watch the whole season. But I haven't keeping up with it, and I haven't read any results for the Cruiserweight Classic, or have seen night one of the Cruiserweight Classic, or week one, or whatever the fuck you call it. But people are asking me for my prediction, so this might be a prediction too late. He might already be eliminated. He might be in Spoilerland, already won. But as of this recording, I know neither of those things, and enough people asked me. So my prediction is Ibushi. Is he still in it? I don't know. But if Ibushi lost in week one, fuck you, WWE. And I heard rumors that Ibushi and a couple of the other guys are signing. I think Ibushi is one of the greatest wrestlers in the world, and I got to see him wrestle in front of like 10 people, not even in a ring. It just support your local indies, even if you live in Japan or America. because nothing feels better than seeing an Ibushi, a Kenny Omega, an AJ Styles, a CM Punk, a Samoa Joe wrestle in front of 10 fucking people and then main event huge events. You know what I mean? And nothing beats that at all. It's absolutely fantastic. And it's one of my favorite things about being a pro wrestling fan, and one of the favorite things about going to see indie events is when you see someone start from 10, 20 people, you know? I literally saw AJ Styles wrestle in less than 8 people. I've seen Ibushi wrestle in front of less than 20 people, you know, and it's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I saw Roderick Strong when he had a brother, and even before that when he was a fucking clown or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, it's just support your local indies, but realize it's not as beautiful as people make it out to be. But it's still pretty cool. It's a cheap night out. You know, and it's funny because you'll go and you'll realize the most delusional fucks are the ones that don't make it. It's usually the humble ones that are busting their ass. So for every AJ Styles, there's 900 fucking fat guys that don't do goddamn sit-ups telling you how fucking kayfabe works. But yeah, still go support your local indies, because you could see an Ibushi wrestle, and now he's going to be signing with the WWE, but he should definitely win. Does he win? I don't know. I didn't read spoilers. I didn't even know he might be eliminated. I have to watch LK's PWME WWE Cruiserweight Classic Review Week 1. Matter of fact, I'll probably do that later. Next, I'm going to hit some headlines on ProWrestling.me, posted by LK. AAA announces TripleMania date and location. The annual AAA TripleMania event this year will be taken on August 28th from Arena, Mexico. And this is one of my favorite events of the year. I'd probably go Wrestle Kingdom, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, TripleMania. And maybe TripleMania is higher. And then I like Ring of Honor's year-end show. I don't know why. Like, I know the year-end show isn't the big show, but the year-end show for me feels like it's the big show. And of course, WrestleMania weekend have so many great events, not including, also not including WWE events. So, but TripleMania is probably up there, and I'm really excited about it with AAA. And not only that, but they'll probably have tons of Lucha Underground guys, which I'm a big fan of. They usually get a lot of TNA and WWE and sometimes New Japan stars. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, yeah, it's always a big event. But it's going to be August 28th from Arena, Mexico. And I hope there's going to be a worldwide pay-per-view and they don't fuck it up. Last year, I think it was TripleMania. Don't quote me on this. But I went to go buy it and there was a typo. And I live in Japan. They live in Mexico. I'm not sending someone $2,000 internationally. And it was over $2,000 because of a typo. So, TripleMania, make it affordable and I'll buy it. Because it said it was like $30. Don't quote me on this, but it was said something like $30. But then when you clicked on it, it was like $3,000. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So AAA, get your shit together. And hopefully there'll be a worldwide pay-per-view. And hopefully, Stryker will be there. When we need English, Stryker will be there. All right, so there you go. There's TripleMania. Battleground update so far. You got the three-way match with fucking Roman Reigns. Fucking A. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose as champ, which I was a big shock about Dean Ambrose. Fuck Roman Reigns. Just fuck him. WWE Intercontinental Championship match. You had The Miz versus Darren Young. All right, didn't see that fucking coming. Interesting. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Absolutely the only reason to buy the pay-per-view, to be honest. You got The Club versus Enzo and Big Cass and John Cena. Jesus fucking Christ, John Cena. Enzo and Big Cass going away the Usos. Can we get someone that's over that John Cena doesn't put his wiener in their butthole? Can we do that? Can one tag team get over without John Cena sticking his wiener in their butthole? Is there any way we could do that? You got Becky Lynch versus Natalya, which it depends on what Natalya shows up, might be good. And we have a highlight reel, a pay-per-view. There's going to be a highlight reel. Fuck my life. It's going to be Randy Orton and Chris Jericho. Moving on. Battleground's going to be wonderful. Matter of fact, let me plug something. The G1, New Japan World. Jesus Christ. I had two more things I want to plug on ProWrestling.me. It's just two guys have been busting their ass with columns. You got Zachary Zilloh, Shiloh, on ProWrestling.me, which is a website we're trying to get off the ground. Real life situation has been a little bit hard to get it off the ground, but you know, we have two power users I want to give a special shout out to. He wrote a column, and it's such a great detailed column. He's got the first half of 2016, Oz, hopes, you know, and for, first half of 2016, Oz/hopes for the second half. So he just breaking down. And I love stuff like this because at the year-end awards, I'm probably going to pull this up because I have the worst memory in the world. I'd be like, yeah, The Miz versus John Cena at WrestleMania, that happened this year, right? They're like, no, you fucking old man Dory motherfucker. All right, got it. So I'm going to probably pull up this list and other lists. But thank you, Zachary, for writing a column. You can write a column too. And then Matteo_TC also wrote hashtag Italian style, number 5, fixing TNA. And it just has amazing graphics and ideas and breaks down. And I'm a huge fan of him. He's our MVP. So definitely check out ProWrestling.me if you want. Sign up, be a power user. And hopefully after my problems are fixed, we'll be good. All right, just that's it for pro wrestling. Just want to give you a little personal update why I haven't been updating. I have 3 things working against me to do shows more, and I hope to do more shows. Maybe once a week I'll do something like this. My son is sick. He was born early and has lung problems. I've had 2 full-time jobs, and my wife, she came by and says, "You can't see me anymore." And I was like, "I always knew you were a John Cena fan. It's over." That's just a joke. No, my son is really sick. I'm working 2-3 jobs, and my wife is, 20 years ago, I said, "You're too good for me." And now she realized she's absolutely right. So going through, dude, don't get you divorced in Japan. Don't get divorced in Japan. It is completely crazy. So hopefully once, my son gets a little bit healthier, I get a better schedule on my life, and we get past this part of my life as far as my wife goes. Hopefully I can become back to becoming a full-time nerd. Stupid real life ruining YouTube. How dare you? How dare you? All right, like, comment, subscribe, show LK some love, show Boom Boom some love, Sammy some love, and hopefully we get more team members on here, and hopefully we can make this channel grow. I have a million ideas, 0 money, and 0 time. So hopefully, slowly but surely, I'll have more time, more money, and then slowly but surely we can do more ideas. All right, just wanted to give a heads up, and like I said, give love to the team, and hopefully I can come back full time. All right, like, comment, subscribe, and with that, and I want to give it, so before I am over, I want to give a shout out to Jerry, who's working on KocoSports. Hopefully we can unfuck that too. So if you're here during the hard times, much love. When you hit hard times, you see who fucking, who's your fucking true Internet Infantry and who's not. So I appreciate you guys. All right, with that, I am over. Bum, 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 bum.